Sitting with the girl of his dreams in the dark, totally unprepared.
Good. So let's go to the theater. Some very big screams so far.
And it's only the preview.
This is good. She's got to be thirsty after that last holler.
I think a great opportunity for Toby to be a gentleman and really impress her.
I'm sorry?
Toby's going to impress her.
Maybe you'll have subtitles.
Can I get you a drink?
Now here from Jonathan, Street Sense, my fave, Trailer Park Boys, and Mr. D, welcome award-winning East Coast comedian Jonathan Torrens.
Comedian? Really?
Yeah, you're kind of everywhere. Where does my money go?
How do you remember that? You grew up without cable.
I love that show. I wanted to come back, but you're doing so many things. Congrats on this. I watched 2 episodes. I know I'm not your intended demographic.
Well, that's not necessarily true.
Okay.
You probably had some pitfalls and gaffes as a teenager, didn't you?
Very much so.
Do you remember any?
Do you have a couple of hours?
Do you want to know mine?
Yeah.
My first day at McDonald's in Halifax, the manager said it was a prank. Can you take the French fry rack and wheel it across the street in traffic and go over to the gas station and get the wheels aligned on a French fry rack?
And you did?
I got over there and the mechanic was like, dude, turn around. And I turned around and everyone who worked in the restaurant and all of the people eating there had their noses pressed up against the glass, pointing and laughing at me.
And you never got over it.
Well, look at me. Clearly I didn't.
It was your initiation.
Yeah.
Talk to me about Game On. And I love the premise. It's very unique. You and Samantha Bee, you could tell there's a ton of ad-libbing happening there.
Well, Sam is one of my favorite humans, and she's obviously a very gifted performer and has a razor-sharp wit, but she's also a really kind person.
Yeah.
So it was a real treat to get to work with her, and we got to riff and spritz. And the nice thing about having a man and a woman is we could suggest there was a backstory. Maybe there was a history between them. Maybe they used to be a thing. Maybe one of them, me, still wants to be. And that just added some layers because we were potentially a couple that you wouldn't have with 2 dudes.
And your sports commentators commentating on a young 14-year-old man's life. And who came up with that concept? It is very unique, and it's pretty much the way we like to watch TV these days.
It's actually from a Norwegian format called, and I don't know if my pronunciation's right, but I think it's called Krampen.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah. You know how much the Norwegians love their comedy with a K and an umlaut over the O.
And Trailer Park Boys is into its 9th season.
9th season is on Netflix, and we start shooting season 10 June 1st in Truro, Nova Scotia, which I've been trying to say is the T-dot, but apparently that name's taken.
It's taken. The 6 actually it's reinventing itself all the time. And you are so vocal about all things Halifax, Nova Scotia, where of course you live. Although there you are.
That was a few pounds ago, Dina, let's be honest.
Now you look good. You always got the swagger. And you're very big on the fact that they're clamping down right now on taxes for the film and TV industry there.
Yeah, really the big issue is tax credit is a really misleading term. It's a labor incentive. So these big Hollywood productions come, they hire Nova Scotians, and the government pays back a percentage of the labor. And so we need that tool. Obviously, Nova Scotia is really far from Hollywood, so for people to make a movie there, period, it requires a lot of incentive. They were threatening to clamp down on that incentive, and really that just sends a message that we're not open for business.
Well, and good for you for speaking up, and you have so many outlets to do so, like a huge, successful podcast that you have going on with Taggart.
I can't go anywhere in Truro. That's how big I am.
No, you guys don't underestimate. Listen, he's being modest. Hundreds of thousands are listening to these podcasts. How did it come together?
Jeremy Taggart was the drummer for Our Lady Peace. We were kind of peripherally friends, but didn't really spend a lot of time together. And we bonded over the subject of Canadianity, which is a word that we made up. It's kind of the religion of what it means to be Canadian.
Yeah.
And it's everything from paying for the Hortons for the guy in line behind you, bud, to just
your favorite greasy
being
spoon,
nice. Yeah.
To being nice.
Yeah. We actually have a map of the greasiest bars in Canada.
Which I love.
Any suggestions?
I'll have to think about that one. But there's a new cheesecake place here that people are lining up for. And we also have to talk about Mr. D. So, up again for another season. We've got a clip. Here's a little sitch. He likes to abbreviate everything like we do here. It's totally natch for him. So, here's a little look-see. Little sneak preview.
All right, Jim Hortons, here's the snare. This is my dating prof, LOL, but I just want to know if you can help me make it a little more young, a little more hip.
Well, first of all, great job on the abbreviations because the ladies love them.
Are you seer?
Yeah.
Perf.
Are you serious?
I look like a father of Confederation with this hair. You can say it.
How much do you love Jerry D?
A lot. I love him a lot. He's a really funny guy and works really hard to get the joke right.
Yeah.
I've been trying to get LQTM, laugh quietly to myself, to take off instead of LOL. Because I don't want to hear people LOLing.
It's not happening.
No.
LQTM, hashtag this man at Torrens Jonathan. Thank you for making us laugh for decades.
I like breakfast. I like television. This was a highlight of my year.
Do you want to come back?
Yes.
Promise?
Yeah, right after the break.
After he's done for the East Coast. To the break. YTV's Game On premieres this Monday. May the 4th be with you.
Nice. Well done.
At 7 p.m. Wow. See Jonathan performing his podcast Taggart and Torrens live on May 5th. That's at the Rivoli. Great venue as part of Canadian Music Week. Follow him on Twitter, as I said, at Torrens Jonathan. Totes, do it.
Do me a favor.
What?
Take care.
Total faves.